They told you to set goals like it was a self-help ritual, like writing a dream down on paper was all it took to become powerful. But here's the truth most men ignore. Goals mean nothing without war behind them. You've been setting the same goals year after year, and nothing changes. You feel hyped for 3 days, maybe a week, and then reality sinks its teeth back into your neck. Why? Because most men never build systems. They write fantasy lists with no structure, no pain, and no consequences. That's not a goal, that's a hallucination. A centurion doesn't play that game. He doesn't set 12 goals in January and forget them by February. He sets one mission per month. He commits fully. He tracks progress daily. He suffers deliberately. Because he knows, without execution, a goal is just noise. You don't have a goal problem, you have a pressure problem. Your comfort zone is still in charge. Your old self still has the keys. And every time you set a goal that doesn't cost you anything to ignore, you train your brain to stay weak. If your goal doesn't ruin your comfort, it won't save your life. That's the line. If your daily habits don't shift the moment the goal is written, it was never real. It was decoration. You say you want to become stronger, smarter, richer, better, but nothing in your day changes. No earlier wake up, no cutting distractions, no journaling, no plan, no map. That's not commitment. That's fantasy dressed in motivation quotes. And you wonder why you keep falling short. The world isn't against you. Your goals just aren't strong enough to break through your patterns. You're not failing because of the market, or your past, or your situation. You're failing because you haven't declared war on your own weakness. You haven't decided that the man you are now must die so the man you're called to be can live. And that's the real purpose of goals, not to inspire, but to destroy the old self. You want to change? Then your goals must demand it. They must force friction. They must force shame when you slack. They must force discipline when you drift. Otherwise, you'll stay locked in the same cycle, pretending to evolve while nothing in your life changes. This is why the compass exists, not to give you clarity, but to give you structure. The 12 paths aren't a checklist. They're an operational system for men who are tired of lying to themselves. Each path is a mission, each month is a battlefield, and goal setting is the language of war. You don't just pick a target, you build the entire campaign behind it. Visualize, plan, track, execute, review, adjust, repeat. That's how centurions move. That's why they win. So let me ask you, what was your last goal, and where is the system that protects it? Where's the daily review? Where's the scoreboard? Where's the pain? If you can't answer that, it's not a goal, it's noise. You say, I want to make more money. Okay, how much? By when? What's the first action you took today to make that happen? What did you sacrifice for it? How are you tracking progress? What did you give up? Who are you reporting to? If you can't answer every one of those questions, you didn't set a goal. You just whispered a hope into the wind and called it work. The men who are winning, they don't guess. They don't drift. They don't rely on hype. They build systems. They stack pain behind failure. They measure their life against the mission, and they don't forgive themselves for slacking. They treat each day as a chance to close the gap, or get exposed, and that's what most men will never do. They'll talk a big game, they'll post the quote, but they'll still sleep in, still scroll, still hope something changes. Meanwhile, the man with the system is 30 days ahead, then 90, then 365, then a decade. And when you wake up at 40 wondering what happened, he's already built his empire. So let me speak to the man watching this who's tired of falling short. Pick one mission, one goal, one target, make it real, make it clear, set a deadline, attach pain to failure, make it public, build your battle plan, wake up to it, eat around it, move with it in your bloodstream, write it down daily, track it, live inside it, until the old version of you has no space to breathe. That's how men evolve, that's how you win. If you don't know where to start with the path you fear most. Self-image, finance, health, whatever makes you uncomfortable, that's the battlefield. That's the opportunity. And once you start moving, don't stop. Build momentum, use the compass, stay in the system, keep showing up because your life depends on it. Every minute you delay, the old version of you gets stronger, and the new version? He fades. You're not just wasting time, you're giving your future to weakness. And that's the real cost of lazy goal setting. Not just lost results, but lost identity. You stay the same man, you miss the transformation, you scroll while someone else builds, and then one day you'll regret it. But not today. Because today you draw the line, you stop faking it, you stop setting soft goals, you start living like you mean it. This is OLP 365. This is the warpath. This is the moment you finally stop waiting for change and start becoming it. Scrolls drift, Centurions execute. This is the mission, this is the standard, this is the way, this is OLP 365, fight on.